Okay, I'm going to finish this last memory, and then we're going to, or these last two memories, and I'm going to stop for this session. And I apologize, the phone's ringing, we're getting busier. We do pest control, so right now it's that time of the year. So anyway, um, the glasses. I couldn't see in school. I was getting, my grades were going down, and the teachers kept saying, she can't see, she can't see. So finally my mother said, okay, fine, we'll take you to the doctor. And my stepfather was taking me, and I remember on my way out the door, because I begged and begged and begged to have my eyes checked, because she was yelling at me because of my grades, and I was telling her I couldn't read, I couldn't see the words, the lines kept skipping. And so her last words to me when my stepfather was taking me out the door was, there had better be something wrong with your eyes, because if there isn't, you are getting your butt beat. And of course she used a different word, but I don't use that word. And so I am praying all the way to the doctor's office, to the eye. Please be there something wrong with my eyes, please. Because I knew if there wasn't, I was going to get it when I get back. Now, who in the world, what child goes just for a regular eye checkup hoping something's wrong because they're going to get their butt beat if it isn't? It's crazy. The other memory that's important to bring up is that I remember when I was little in Tucson, we were estranged from my real dad, my brother and I. We were not allowed to see him. We were brainwashed into calling him idiot. We couldn't even refer to him as our dad. It was idiot. That's what we learned to say, and that's what we learned to call him. And my mother would not let us have anything from him, no contact. She wanted us completely cut off from that life back in Baltimore, Maryland, and Wilmington, Delaware, where I was born. So I remember early on, my dad was still sending us gifts. And he sent me a bracelet, a little silver bracelet that had jingle bells all the way around it. And I remember opening it up and putting it on, and I felt like a princess. I shaked my hand and it went jingle, jingle, jingle. I loved it, and it was from my dad. I was so excited. Well, my mom grabbed my wrist, ripped off the bracelet, threw it in the trash, and said, we will never accept anything from that idiot, ever, ever, ever. And sure enough, that was it. I never had any contact with my stepfather until I was 21 years old. He was under the assumption, my mother told him that we didn't want to see him. We wanted nothing to do with him. Had he been involved in my life, I think he would have known about the sexual abuse. He would have known about the physical abuse. He would have stopped it. And that's where my mom knew that she had to keep us off to the side, all in our little bitty cubbyhole, where no one knew what was going on, including my dad and my stepmom. My dad ended up marrying a beautiful woman named Carol, and they had my half-sister, Susan, which I didn't even know I had a half-sister till I was 21 years old. This is crazy. So, I'm gonna end at this point, and I apologize. It's been like 3 really quick sessions, but I'm gonna end here, and I want you to understand that this is coming from my heart. My heart is changed. I am not the same person I was as of September of last year. I am a completely different person, and I'm getting to why and where and what happened. But there are so many things that happen in my life. I shouldn't be where I am today. It's not common. I mean not common. It's just not possible. So I need you to stay with me on this. I will give you 3 points to ponder on. I have been diagnosed with a mental disorder. I have had cancer. I have had alcoholism. I have abused prescription drugs. I have been married 5 times. 6 if you count the one twice. I have had 4 children. The mental disorder is attention deficit, hyperactivity, and OCD. So these are all the things I'm going to deal with in my future. And this is where I'm going to leave my childhood behind, and we're going to start working in the future. One of the things I've learned, probably the most important thing I've learned in my head, but it never moved to my heart, is once I left the home and I was out on my own, I have to take responsibility for everything that happened after that. I knew right from wrong. no matter who taught it to me, whether I learned it from school, whether I learned it from my parents, whether I learned it from the few friends or few family members we were allowed to be in contact with, although there was just one or two, I knew right from wrong. So the choices I made, once I had separated myself from my family, I had separated myself from the abuse, I had separated myself from everything. Every decision that I made, I needed to take responsibility for. And I didn't for the longest time. I played the victim. It's all their fault. I made the decision because I'm hurt, because they hurt me and I'm not right, and it was their fault, and this is what caused me to do all this. At some point, I took responsibility for all of that. It doesn't make it any easier because there's more work to do once you've accepted responsibility. There's amends to make, there's things to do. But as long as I understand that prior to being 18 years old, actually I got married at 17, but prior to my first marriage, everything that I incurred was abuse, and all my reactions and decisions were based on that abuse. It was a situation I could not get out of. But beginning from 17 on, when I married my first husband, now it's all up to me. Now I have to take responsibility for every decision I made. And I didn't. I still continued to blame everything. Well, that's okay. It's because I'm a child abuse victim. And I played the victim. Poor me. Feel sorry for me. I did this because I did that for a lot of years. A lot of years. And we're going to get into those years the next time I do another video, which will be as soon as I can get some quiet time. So I'm going to end this with the next time that I do another video, it's going to be from the first marriage on, from the separation of childhood into my adulthood. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you the next time. Bye.